Good morning, good evening to everyone joining from different parts of the globe. Welcome to this new week on Monday morning in India and Friday evening in US. So Omega Pyramid Dallas, PSSM Corporate and Pyramid Valley International welcome you all to day 89 of Stillness Beat, your daily dose of meditation and wisdom. So, friends, as we all know, we start the session with 45 minutes meditation. So, let's begin the session. I invite Master Sharad to guide us into meditation today. Good morning, Sharad.
Good morning, Shirisha. Hope my audio is okay. All right. Thank you so much. So let's deepen our meditation practice from this week onwards. We are almost all completing the first quarter of this year. So let's start with we don't want anything. There is no expectations. We are not doing anything. To keep mind aside and realize self is to not to expect anything. Don't give anything to the mind where it gets activated unnecessarily. All right. So let's take 12 seconds time. Be in silence. Relax. Okay. Sit quietly. Gather yourself. Collect yourself. There is nothing to do. The method what we are going to use is Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Breath meditation. The steps are there on the screen. Sit in comfortable posture. Clasp your fingers. Cross your feet. Close your eyes. Be with your natural breath. Sit in comfortable posture. That is key. Don't just sit carelessly, right? Sit properly, comfortably, where you can sit for longer duration. Now, if you have specs, remove at this point in time. Slowly and gently close your eyes. See, in meditation, sincerity is very important. When we say you have to be with the breath, you should be absolutely with the breath. So when you are with breath, all other things are happening around you. It could be anything. Background sound, someone talking in the next room, thoughts inside, feelings inside, some itching on the body. So everything is happening around the breath. So you should not stop observing breath to get into those things. You should be with the breath and cut out everything else. So masters, the next 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, sincerely, very sincerely, be with the breath. Breath exclusively. After exhalation, wait for inhalation to start and be with the breath, then onwards. Relax. Let go of everything. No identities. Don't chant any mantra. No visualizations required. Next 12 minutes, be with the breath masters. not miss even a single flow of the breath. Cut out everything else. Don't have any expectations. masters, relax. Breath will lead you to deeper meditation. Do not hesitate. Do not get distracted. Go with the flow. Go deeper. Relax. Go deeper. Be in this state until I call you back. masters. So from this space of healing, calmness, and energy, let's heal ourselves and the world around us. Please repeat the following affirmations along with me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's make following agreements with life. I will be impeccable with my words. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions. I will do my best all the times. Be in this state for next few minutes. Last 1 minute. Thirty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your palms together, rub. Keep it on your closed eyelids. Take a moment's time. Open your eyes gently to here and now. Masters, thank you for meditating with me today. It was excellent. Over to you, Sirisha.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharath, for that deep guidance. Thank you. So, friends, let's move on to the next part of the session, wisdom sharing. I invite Prithvi to share today's wisdom. Good morning, Prithvi.
Good evening, Sirisha. Thank you. Thank you, Sharath. And namaste, friends. We are starting the new week, new theme, and we have almost finished the first quarters of the year. 3 months it will be done. And this is the time we need to intensify our practices, our habits, and the way we are going to live the next few days, I mean, the next days of the year. So it's very, very important for us to become conscious about what are the habits that we are having, what is the difference between healthy habits, unhealthy habits, how habits are formed. And we have been talking about the patterns, conditioning, programming in many sessions. And we are still having challenges to overcome our limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are nothing but the patterns. So we are unable to break this pattern and get into the new way of living. So the change is not really very smooth, friends. Change will be difficult, but where to exactly we have to be addressing the programming, the habit, and how to create new habit which are healthy, which will make us more energetic, more aware, and more alive is what we are going to explore this week. So before I start this presentation, I would like to do one small exercise with Sirisha. So, Sirisha, ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, you tell me from ABCD, 10 first 10 ABCD alphabets.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J.
Okay. Tell 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now combine both. Say A1, B2, C3 till 10.
A1, B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, G7, H8, I9, J10.
Okay, that's good. Now, the next level challenge is A, clap, 1, snap. B, clap, 2, snap.
Okay, A, clap, 1, snap.
You have to snap.
Snap. B,
Okay.
clap, 2, snap.
Don't say it, do it.
C, clap, 3, snap. D, clap, 4, snap. E, clap, 5, snap. F, clap, 6, snap.
Okay, right. Thank you. See, the habit is ABCD is so easy. 1 to 10 is so easy. The moment I challenge you to break the pattern of it and ask you to put both together, A and 1 numbering, a little, your brain started to become a little slower. And when I gave another level of challenge, it took more time to process and get into the pattern. So patterns have been created since our childhood, which are very automatic. We don't have to put efforts to say A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3. It just comes like that. It's so automatic. So habits which have been imbibed into our system since our childhood are very automatic. We don't have to put efforts, we don't have to be consciously remembering and doing it. But to break the pattern, to bring new change, we have to become conscious. So when you had to add A plus 1 and B, you became a little conscious. It didn't happen so automatically. And the next level of challenge, you utterly became conscious about every step that you were doing. So, when we have to bring healthy changes, healthy habits, healthy programming, and when we have to reprogram our subconscious mind, the first thing is bringing our consciousness and awareness to the present moment. That is what exactly we need to do. But we have been trying to change the habit with efforts, with a lot of actions which is outside, which will not help. That is why change is not sustained for a longer time if we are targeting the outside actions. The first thing that we need to focus on is the consciousness and awareness that we need to bring into the pattern which has been already imbibed. So let's quickly look into the presentation. Okay, so today we will actually understand the basics. What is pattern, what is programming, and what is conditioning. These words have been used as a similar meaning thing in the previous sessions, but these are having different meaning. They are formed at different levels of our life. So let's see what are the differences between them and how the repeated experiences that become automatic responses. Okay, so we have three layers that we need to actually understand. The first thing is pattern. How a pattern is formed is by a repeated way of thinking, feeling, behaving. This is a visible layer which we all can see. Second layer, which is down the pattern, is programming, what is stored in your subconscious mind. So these are beliefs, emotional memories, and learned responses which are invisible. They are not visible to you. You do actually don't know what are the programmings, what are the beliefs that you are carrying. So it is in the invisible blueprint. And the third layer, which is more deeper and more invisible, is the conditioning. Conditioning is how did this pattern get created? So we have to go back to our childhood memories, what we continuously repeated, what were the emotional events we were exposed to for a very long time in our life, and what was the kind of environment that we grew up. So these will form the programming leading to the pattern, and repeated pattern becomes a habit. Repeated habits become addiction. This is how habits are formed, and the set of habits will lead to our personality. So let's see it like this. Okay, how the code was written is conditioning, how it is stored is the programming, and how it is seen output is the pattern. What it happens is conditioning will lead to programming, and finally the habit will lead to a personality that you are carrying right now. So we are getting identified with our personalities all of the time. But where did it start is what we need to go. The root is what we need to actually address. Otherwise, correcting the habit is like is a I would say, useless effort. So we are going to get back to our conditioning, look at what the conditioning was, and reprogram our subconscious mind. That is what we will be doing this week. Okay? Because personality is a long-term characteristic style. A man is more of the character that he carries. So his charisma, his life, his complete being depends on what kind of characters he is carrying. So we have to build the right, strong characters. Otherwise, we will keep having those loops of limiting beliefs, doubting self, and saying that I'm not able to overcome things. So, building the right personality is what we will be looking at this week. Okay, so we have seen the simple example that I would like to say is in childhood, if we have been criticized or said that that's not the way that you are supposed to do, you don't know, you're not good enough. Look at the neighborhood child, how well it is performing, the comparisons, the criticizing, and the judgments that have been repeatedly said in our childhood have gone into our subconscious mind, because the first 7 years we are in the theta brain waves, which is very programmable. It just doesn't differentiate between this is right or wrong. Whatever it is fed with, it just keeps taking. So subconscious mind is fed with all these criticizing, limiting self beliefs, and as adults we start seeing these patterns as seeking approval from people, trying to please people, and we are afraid of judgment, what others would think about me, and we get into the loop of overthinking, and that leads to repetition, and that becomes a habit, which ultimately leads to a personality that you carry. Your personality, if you were criticized in your childhood, you will have a insecure, self-doubting personality. That's the character that you will be showing up as an adult. So these are kind of invisible blueprints, which I already told. So we have to be correcting these conditionings, and that is what we are going to focus on, because they run silently in the background, shaping every pattern and habit you have. So habits are not random, they are expressions of your programming. So as I told you, most of us try to change the habit, but we ignore the programming. That's why change doesn't last forever. That is why we are having hard time reprogramming or overcoming our limiting beliefs. So this week we will focus on addressing the root, the subconscious programming. We have so many other techniques to actually tap into the subconscious mind and reprogram. I have to tell you the example that I have been sharing with you in my previous sessions also, where I had the skin issue, and all that I was trying to do is change my skincare routines, the habits, the way I was eating, the way I was caring for my skin. So I was changing those things, the habits that I was doing for caring to my skin, but that didn't help. I had to sit and become utterly conscious about what was the programming, what is the pattern that is being repeated, and how do I reprogram? Where did the conditioning happen and how to reprogram? I could reprogram it easily through certain techniques. And once you see how you can reprogram your subconscious, right? You become very confident. You become very confident about that I can heal my body, I can create things that I want, I can overcome the limiting beliefs. So that gives a lot of confidence for us. So we will be learning a lot of techniques to tap into our subconscious mind, reprogram our subconscious limiting beliefs that we are carrying, because meditation is one thing which we are already doing. and that will help definitely. And above meditation, what else we can do is what we will explore. So we have to start with observation of the pattern, identify the programming, understand the conditioning, bring the awareness to the conditioning, and start creating new pattern, new habit, healthy habit, which will make us more energetic. We are not going to fight the habits, but understand our programming behind them. Okay, so meditation is already powerful, which we are practicing because it takes us to the subconscious level, and naturally it will be reprogramming if we are utterly aware and doing the practice sincerely, because it will rewrite our old programming. Above that, we will have few techniques that we will learn in the week. Okay, so you have to understand today that you are not stuck with your limiting beliefs, with your programming, with your old habits, unhealthy habits, which have been draining you, putting you in the loop of emotional reactions and de-energizing you. But instead, you will understand that these patterns are reprogrammable and it can be done easily. So, with that understanding, friends, let's begin the week with more confidence about our own abilities and choose to be more aware and watch our patterns to bring healthy habits into our lives. Okay, so today being in India, it is 30th of March, which is 303, which happens to be W. We can, if you just do it, like this, 303, it'll be like WOW, which is wow. So it's a day of wow for all of us to start something which is really very important to each one of us to get uh, more courageous and see real change in our lives and bring a very strong personality. Okay, so with this, friends, let's do the intention for the day. I request all of you to close your eyes. Drop into your heart space. Bring complete awareness into your being and intent for the day. Let me choose to become aware of my patterns and gently rewrite the habits that no longer serve me. Let me choose to observe my programming and consciously create a new way of being. With awareness and stillness, let me choose to align my habits with my higher self. My higher self is more of joy, love, peace, full of gratitude, full of compassion, full of harmony. Let me align with my higher self. Thank you. Over to you, Sesha.
Thank you, Prithvi, for that wonderful sharing. Thank you so much. So, friends, let's move on to the next part of the segment, experience sharing. So, today we have Prasanna Medishetty with us to share the experience with us.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience. I can say from breath to being. That is my experience through in this journey of meditation. Spiritual journey my journey was not started with any kind of search or a calling. Somewhere just deep within, there was a silent urge to understand the life beyond its surface or beyond these roles or circumstances, right? So my first steps in the meditation were started with breath meditation by Patriji sir. I was introduced by my dear friends from Dallas, Kalpana. Simple, yet powerful meditation just by observing the breath in 2020. Before that, I had an experience of meditation, that meditating on Sai Baba in few satsangs from New Jersey. So I had an experience, but in my life, I couldn't really focus, but COVID gave an opportunity to focus more, opened an extraordinary doorway within me. In stillness, I began that peace, something to be achieved. It is not something to be achieved in life, but it is something that has to be uncovered. That's a peace. So I continued the practice of that breath, observing the breath meditation. And it the journey turned into that I got interested in various programs, and also I did my master's in yoga and spiritual science, and then I started doing the Omkaram meditation, which my journey was deepened with the chanting. That vibration began to resonate in my voice. So it gave me like a cleansing, dissolve my inner noise. Thoughts began to settle and emotions were softened. That's how my alignment was started with my body, mind, and soul. So then, the powerful insight or powerful thing that changed my life is Patriji sir has assigned one book, Thinking and Destiny, to me, which took me 4 years to complete that wisdom sharing, 4 years in PMC USA, which has given a profound knowledge, and why actually one after the another is coming, because at the end of the book, it has given the steps how actually need to progress. But those steps came flow continuously in my life. That is the great opportunity or a great gift that Patriji sir has given to me in my life. This was a very conscious experience, that teaching that book and understanding and experiencing in my life. It was a very gentle unfolding of awareness. It is all that awareness. It is the energy that within every one of us, that meditation makes us to notice it. It is all there within us. It makes us to notice it. Thoughts are our destiny. That is what I learned. A turning point is profound realization is our thoughts in our journey is our destiny. We need to understand that connection between our thoughts and destiny. So I began to observe that our thoughts shape our emotions, and our emotions shape our actions, and our actions shape our life. This is the awareness transformed me. It's no longer see me as a victim to the circumstances, but it's a conscious experience that we are experiencing. We are the reason for our own thoughts. We are the reason for our own destiny. That's the inner world. Our inner world, whatever we are feeling, is the one that is outer reality that it is showing. So what I consistently think, or I gradually became, is that we are empowering with this awareness. It shifted me from dependence on somebody to the dependence on the awareness. That dependence, right? From dependence to the inner freedom is the one that I achieved. I looked outside. Previously, I used to look outside for a validation, for a support, or for answers or for anything, right? Some outside validation is required. But through meditation, I discovered that that silent strength is not outside, it is inside. So I am no more dependent on the situations for peace. I am not dependent on others for my happiness because I was not conditioned like before. Now I'm aware, I'm capable, I'm complete within myself. That is what I understood in this journey of the meditation. It is not that I disconnected from the world. I'm enjoying every bit of the with more conscious awareness. I'm connected, but I'm connected to the people and connected to the world very differently, but with more clarity. I accept now my deeper acceptance, right? I'm living with that realization. Today, my journey continues not as a destination, but as a living experience. So, meditation is no longer a practice that I sit and meditate, but this is a presence that I carry in the life. I'm still growing. There is still growth is there. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But there is also a trust. I trust the process. I trust my inner intelligence because inner intelligence is guiding me everything that I'm doing. So we are not here to dependent, but we are here to experience. We are not the human beings. We are the spiritual beings came here to experience, evolve, and express. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Wonderful. Beautiful sharing, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experience. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, friends, we'll conclude session today and we will all meet you all tomorrow at the same time. Until then, have a great day ahead. Thank you, friends. Namaste.